Stephanie from Southern Couture, and what a fun day it is. I am so excited. If you saw the video title, then you know what a surprise and exciting time it is for all of those who love Bible journaling. And we are talking about the brand new Book of Luke NIV Illustrating Bible from Dayspring. Like, how fun is this? So I have seen individual books of the Bible in their own little book or their own little journal or whatever, and I thought how cool that would be to have them all individual so that I could travel with it, or just have that one book with me on the go for studying or a Bible study. And Dayspring did it, so I am just so excited. I'm excited to get to share more about it with y'all right now. And so we're going to just jump in and give you all the details. If there's anything specific that you think of that I haven't addressed, just leave me a comment down below and I'll get back with you on that and answer that for you. But here we go. So want to mention, this is the actual illustrating Bible, the full version of every book of the Bible. And I've got it here to just show you kind of examples of things that might be a little bit different and to show you that. Now over here, I have some printouts of some images that Dayspring has sent me. But here's the thing, there was a little hiccup on Dayspring's end, and so I don't actually have the book in my hands right now to show you. As soon as I get it though, I plan to do a full extensive review. I will flip through that for y'all and compare it side by side with the Illustrating Bible so you have a better look at it if you like. But I will say, pre-orders start right now. So there's a link down below. Run over now, come back and look at this later if you want, or you can watch and then buy it. Either way, pre-orders started. There's a link down below where you can buy yours, and they will start shipping on November 1st. So I would not wait if you think you're wanting to grab this, because they are telling me that there's very limited quantities and it is probably going to sell out at some point, and I just hate for anybody to miss out. I don't know when they would be bringing it back if it did sell out. I just haven't been told, that there would be any plans soon to do that. What I am being told though is that this will be the first of hopefully many more, and maybe the entire Bible in separate books. So how cool would that be to have your full collection? I'm being told this is the first one and that there'll be more to come. So I'm excited to see what those next books are going to be. But there are some changes, and so let's just talk about that. So on the Illustrating Bible, the color is more of like an emerald greenish tone with maybe a little bit of blue in it, but mostly like a green tone. We talked all about the color in my other video. If you missed the video about the Illustrating Bible and you want to see more about it, I will leave a link to it down below. You can still grab it from Dayspring as well. But it's the emerald kind of green on this one, and they have decided to do a navy on this new one, on the individual one. So I hope that you can see that in these pictures. If you can't, just click over to Dayspring so you can see that color better. And I'm going to show you another one of the cover in just a little bit, but I think sometimes the colors just don't look exactly the same. And so I want you to head over to Dayspring and you can see it better. But it is a navy. They're going to have the same logo on the front that you see here, but of course it's going to have that Luke down at the bottom. That Luke is in the same font that the books of the Bibles are in. So let me just show you real quick. Like, here was Deuteronomy. It's that same font you see there. Very clean and crisp and professional looking. That's going to be down at the bottom, and it'll say Luke on it, of course. And then it is spiral bound, as you can tell. One other thing is that because it's just one single book, they were able to make the font larger. So it's going to be a 12-point font instead. And don't quote me, but I want to say that this is a 8 or 10-point maybe. There were some people who really just did not like how small the font is. I wouldn't even use this for Bible study or anything like that, or traveling. It would be something that I would use mostly just for journaling in and as an heirloom or something like that. But there were people that wanted it larger. So they did make the font larger, and I'll show you the font in just a minute. So larger font to a 12-point, still the same thick paper that you're able to use pretty much almost any supplies without it bleeding through. And even if there's just minimal shadowing, it's that same thick paper, which is excellent. And then the width, I asked about that. I was like, not width, but I guess width, thickness. I was like, how thick is it gonna be? You know, we do have larger font, and it is only one book, but this one, you know, it's a chunk. You know, it's not a little dainty thing. And so this one is going to be about a centimeter thick. That's about how thick it is. And I have a ruler right here, so if you're really curious, I'm gonna try to stand this one up and just show you. So this was the original, and I've got, well, I don't have centimeters marked on this one, but like you can see, an inch is half of that, and a centimeter would be way less. So that kind of gives you a better idea. I'm not the best with measurements, so y'all don't laugh at me, but I'm thinking like a centimeter is probably close to, is that like half inch or a little less? Okay, y'all can laugh if you want, but tell me down in the comments. But it's much smaller, which is what I'm really excited about, because if you wanted to travel with it, you could. I think it would be fun to do a study of the book of Luke and to do all my journaling for Luke in this new book, because I would have all of those entries together. If you were doing a small group study, workshops, if you were doing Sunday school or something like that, and you have a group that wants to, you know, do some creative journaling, how perfect is this? So that's what I'm excited about, because not just with Luke, with other books that they come out with, it would be so neat to do that. And so I'm just so excited about this. So here we have the book. And then this will give you an idea of how it's going to look when you purchase or when it's sent to you, the packaging. And I just hope you can tell the color. Like I said, head over to Dayspring if you want to see a true color for it. But one thing that I forgot to mention, and you'll see, well, before I mention that, it is NIV. Let me tell you that. This one's NIV. The original Illustrating Bible is the Christian Standard Bible version, and so that was changed. Dayspring did a survey, if you're curious, a while back, and asked everyone that wanted to take it, you know, just ask them questions about what you would want to see in Bibles, versions, you know, large font, things like that. And so they changed this one to NIV, I'm assuming based off of that survey. And then one thing you'll see right here on the packaging that I was wanting to get to is a free creative download is included. So I am, you know, filming this ahead of time before I have the download, but the download is going to have, I'm told, some like digital printables that are always fun that you can cut out, maybe use as stickers and things like that. It will have some devotional content, which is so cool, because I have shown a tutorial before for making things like if you want to add inserts to the spiral binding, an easy way to do that. I'll link that down below if you're curious about that little tutorial. But if they do some kind of devotional content, it'd be fun to print it on cardstock and insert it right inside, like if we're at Luke chapter 5, insert it right there. I just think that would be so fun. And then the other download will be, or part of that download is going to be some Bible journaling prompts. So I'm not sure what that exactly is going to look like, but just hang tight because you will get that as well, and you'll be able to see it. I'm hoping that by the time this goes up live, I'm going to have some pictures, hopefully, of those downloads over on my blog. So there's a link down below in the description to my blog as well, and you could head over there if you wanted to see them. You know, it's just a free little bonus that they're doing, which I think is great. Now, here are some pages out of it that I printed that they had sent me images of, so maybe this will help you see. I'm going to try to bring this in closer if I can, so that you can see the font. The font, I don't know that you would be able to tell, but I can tell just from having my Bible that it is larger. You still get, of course, the wide margins like you will in the Illustrating Bible. So that's exactly the same. They didn't change any of that, but the font is larger. And then this is just another snapshot of the inside of it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that these are both just of the inside. And then here is just a shot of that first page. Like I was telling you, it's the same font that you have in this one now. And there it is. So I want to flip over real quick to Luke, and I will show you kind of that comparison if we can. So you can tell. And it just so happens Luke begins on the left side in the Illustrating Bible. And then this new book of Luke, of course, it starts on the right-hand side, but there you can kind of see it's the same font. Your point, you know, font's going to be larger at the 12 point, same paper, same margins, you know, that nice large, basically the size of my hand and a little bit more to journal in, to put notes. So here's the thing too that I thought of. If you're not a big Bible journaler and you don't want to pull out all the paints and stuff and you're intimidated by all this space in the Illustrating Bible, I think this one's for you, the book of Luke alone, and maybe the ones that come out in the future, because you wouldn't necessarily want to use this big Illustrating Bible for your study Bible that you want to pull out every morning, you know, while you're in bed, pull it off your nightstand and do Bible study or whatever. It's not one you want to necessarily take to Sunday school to, you know, to have during sermons on Sunday, things like that, because it is larger. Well, if you want to, if you're doing a study on Luke, or if you want to use this to study through Luke for your Bible reading each day, it's perfect because it's so, you know, it's much thinner at that 1 centimeter approximately, that you could do that easily and not have to journal in it and feel like it needs to be something that needs to be really creative with paints and supplies. It can be something that you are highlighting and marking notes over here. And look at the space, like you'll have this same amount of space. Look how much space you would have to write tons of notes. So if you're doing an in-depth Bible study, word studies, if you're doing a small group led study on Luke and you really want write a lot of details, this will be great for that. You know, you don't have to have all the supplies, and then you don't feel like I can't carry on the big Illustrating Bible, you know, to do that. So that's really fun. And then there was one other thing that I wanted to mention that I just almost slipped my mind. And what was that? Oh, well, maybe I'll think of it and I'll put it in the description. But anyways, you guys know how it is around here. I'm just real with you. There was something else I thought that I wanted to tell you. Oh, just clicked. I knew it would. Okay, so the cover, I just totally forgot to mention this. It is the navy, but I know, sorry, bobbles there. I knew that you guys would probably want to know more about what the cover's made of. And this one is a like pebbled leather with the suede on the inside, and because this one is going to be, of course, much thinner and smaller than the big Illustrating Bible, it is going to have a chipboard cover that will have like this. I'm assuming from what I've been told and what I have been seeing in pictures and everything, it will be, I've told it's a chipboard cover and back, and then it'll have this same type of like pebbled textured type leather over the top of, you know, covering the chipboard. So it will look very nice. It's not going to look like chipboard. It will look really nice with the leather covering over it. But I think the reason they're doing that is to protect it, since it is something that you'll be able to travel and take along with you more. So that's how the cover is going to be. All right, guys. So make sure you head down below in the description. Go ahead and order your book of Luke before they're sold out. Like I said, pre-orders now. You get the free download. They'll ship November 1st. Any other questions, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to answer those. And I will be back as soon as I get this in my hands. I will have an review, flip through, you know, anything you want to know in more detail specifically, you can let me know and I'll cover it in that video too. So just keep an eye out for that. Link to buy yours is in the description, and I'll see y'all again very soon. Bye-bye.